citizen member of the Nulhegan Tribe, one of the state-recognized tribes in the state of Vermont. We have 68 acres of land up in the Northeast Kingdom. I think it's in Barton, actually. And I wanted to talk about some of the things that we're doing tribally there. For me, it's been a journey, a road to get to the point where we are. I won't get into a lot of history that's been before this, but where it's brought us is that now that we have this opportunity, this way to be publicly and culturally aware once again, the things that we've done recently is we resurfaced, or not resurfaced, but graded the road going into our tribal land, put in some culverts. We recently tilled the garden area for our tribal gardens, of which we've been trying to raise some of the more traditional things to us. But for me, what has it meant for me and for our members in our tribe is that we've got a frame up for a longhouse, which is long been talked about. A structure by itself is just that, it's a structure. But for us, there's much more meaning to it. It's a path and it's a way to get back to who we are spiritually, where we came from, to reconnect with that. And to me, that was the greater spirit of what the government in the state of Vermont wanted in recognition for us. And that was part of what we tried to reassure them on, what we would be doing to that effect, to that end. And it's brought us to a good place. I mean, we've had many discussions among ourselves about what is our traditions? What did we do? What were our ceremonies? How did we conduct each other as different groups or councils? And we're really able to reconnect with that and to discuss that and to get back to our roots again. Recently, along with the frame for a longhouse, is that we had our first meeting of people who are going to be pipe carriers in our tribe. Within that group, there's already 3 of us who are already established pipe carriers, but for the others, it's going to be learning some of those traditions from some of us. But for all of us, it's going to be a give and take of this person's got a piece of knowledge, this person does, and putting it together again. I don't think there's a perfect way in this day and age of doing those things, but one aspect of it is for us is what's in our hearts. And the one thing that I like about our community and our tribe is, and this carries through to our spiritual work that we're doing, is that if we sit down on an idea and we talk about it in length, sometimes people have different points of view because they live slightly differently or they're doing different things. But we've decided that, any differences we have, we're going to sit down and we're going to talk about those things and we're going to work them out until there is an agreement. And I kind of like that because, it's not the way it was before recognition, when there was dissension and argument with almost everybody around us. We weren't talking spiritually. We weren't trying to do the things culturally that were ours. It was about who's an Abenaki and who isn't. Either that among ourselves or the state trying to define that for us. And that's what recognition did. It ended that argument. And I'm grateful for that, because now we have this opportunity to really work on who we are, what makes us who we are spiritually. It's something that I've always wanted to be part of and to have done. But when you're in a struggle, for yourself and with your people, to be who you are, to get the greater society to see that, to let you be that, to partake as that in their society. That was the big fight. And it took us away from our traditions, our spiritual way of doing things for a long time, for many of us. And where it's brought us is that to put those things back together again. Most recently, last weekend, the summer solstice was Monday the 20th. I was with my teacher of over 25 years. I've been with this person, Mark Phillips. He's a Medewan. He lives in Havelock, just outside of Six Nations, Ontario. And I try to make a minimum visit of at least for tobacco ceremonies. That's the summer solstice. That's when all the herbs for our medicine smoke, kinnikinnick if you will, is ripe. And we spend a day and we go out and we collect all these herbs. And we have long tables and we sit down and we cut everything up finely. Usually the tobacco base has already been prepared, usually 2 to 3 weeks ahead of time, and there's a way to do that. So that's the base and that's the bulk of it. But we take, proportionately, we take all these, I call it medicine because that's what it is. And we mix it together with this tobacco. Each of these herbs separately affect different parts of our body in a positive way, in a spiritual way, in a medical way. Tobacco originally was used among Native people to help us breathe, to clear our congestion out. Some people are sensitive to pollen, and if they smoked a little bit of the tobacco, it helped clean that out. It made for an easier night's sleep, that type of thing. It wasn't tobacco in the sense of cigarettes or in a pipe that you smoke continuously. That was a concept of ours. So we took these medicines and we mixed them together, and we tried to make enough of it to last until next year, the next solstice, the next tobacco ceremony. And each of us is divided up proportionately for those who are there to help make it. Because those who are there to make it, it is medicine. And we want enough. You know, some people leave medicine in their bathrooms, behind their mirror there on the shelves. Well, to us, this is our medicine. It's used in that sense. It's also used in another sense. We use it in a spiritual sense because it connects us with the Creator. It connects us with our ancestors. It connects us with the earth again. And we use it in a ceremony to that effect. It puts us in a place of prayer, to try and connect us with the Creator, to be able to say, thank you, Creator. Thank you for being here. Thank you for including this in this wonderful reality that we have. And to remind us how we're connected with that. On occasion with prayer too, you know, we ask for certain things because maybe we've had a hard day and we don't understand where somebody's coming from. And we ask for maybe a little bit of insight or wisdom so that we understand that person, or we understand the subject matter that's going on within the community. In asking for that, we also have to accept the idea that we may get an answer, but it may not be affecting us the way that we think it's going to affect us. If we get the insight that the other person has, our path to that may be different from the way that they got there for their knowledge. And it's unexpected in terms of, you know, getting that. So, you know, it's like, it's the old adage about be careful what you pray for, you ask for, you might get it. But mainly it's a way to stay connected with our Creator, with the different aspects of the life wheel that keep us together as people, fit spiritually. And it's a journey, it's a road. I can't point to any one person today to say, this person knows it all. This person is the Abenaki guru, if you will. Because it's going to take a few of us together to understand it once again. To put what one person knows with what another person knows and put that together again. But we're on that path. I've been involved with my family for 35 years. And when we started out, we knew that was there. In my heart, that's what I wanted to do and what I wanted to be. I wanted to be like my teacher. But in that political fight, in that community fight, in those issues with the state and federal governments here, my teacher came to me one day, this person that I referred to earlier, and he said to me, he said, you want to learn these things. It's going to be very difficult for you to learn these things if you have a foot in that world. Because it's going to take you away from learning the medicine, from learning the spiritual aspects of that medicine, to learning more tradition and culture of who you are and what we are. And I had to make a decision. At that time I chose to work with the people tribally and commit myself politically. And it was a long fight, but recognition finally came. And we don't have those arguments anymore. And because of that long fight, because of my age now, my tribe was one of the first people who's put on a elders council. And I saw that as a sign, not because I asked for it, but everybody's looking at everybody else, even in our community. What has this person done? What can they give to the greater community, our community today? And that was what was decided. Because of that, I've thrown most of my efforts back into those things again, of which I wanted when I was a young man. I still function. I'm not dead yet, but this is where it's brought me full circle. And I hope to be able to carry that on. I hope to continue to work with people in our tribe and be able to see this happen. To see the spirituality grow. First for ourselves. We should honor ourselves. We should honor our ancestors. But we need to reclaim those ceremonies. This is what the important work is today. Yes, the politics is still there on a tribal level. It's still there on a state or federal level. But we have a chance to put together what is ours. What are our ceremonies? What are our traditions? How are we going to carry that culturally among ourselves? That's the question of today. And those are the things that are most important to our children. To give to the next generation coming up. What have we done all this hard political work for if we don't know who we are? If we don't know how to pray to our Creator? If we don't know our traditions, our ceremonies? And this is what we're going to be working on from here forward. This is the type of person that I wanted to be, that I want to be today. And I'm grateful for that. That's the message that I want to give to people who may be listening to this. Let us have that chance. Encourage us. Help us on that level. And that may take many forms. It may take maybe trying to get some teachers here. It may take help getting myself to my teacher. It may help in terms of getting our circle together on our tribal land. And to keep those things in mind, that's all I'm asking. And from my heart, I thank people for this opportunity. Way do I always think and be very happy. Thank you. Miigwech.